Have you ever been outside and seen people? I know it sounds stupid, but stay with me here. Have you ever seen people and thought, wow, those people are so confident. How do they do it? Well, if you have ever thought that before, I'm gonna break it down for you. This is how to be confident. Welcome back to my channel. Usually we focus more on productivity, time management, mindset, and motivation. But today I wanted to focus on something that encompasses all of those things and more. Today I want to focus on confidence. I think that confidence is something that is so important. And when you're confident, you can accomplish anything. Everything becomes easier, everything becomes more fun and enjoyable. And it really does just put you ahead of everybody else in every aspect of life. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to be confident. This is the way to be confident. So let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that you need to do to be confident is to act like the movie star that you love. Okay, now this might sound a little weird, but let me explain. When I was younger, I loved watching movies. I would watch movies almost every single day. I would watch these action heroes and I would watch these romantic leads and I would see how they carried themselves and I would try and mimic their behavior in real life. For example, when Tom Cruise was in a movie, he would always be so charismatic and funny, and he would be able to talk his way out of any situation. I realized that by doing this, I became more confident and more interesting and more attractive. That's because these movie stars are some of the most confident people on the planet. They've spent years honing their craft and they've worked hard to become the best at what they do. By studying them and trying to emulate them, you're essentially tapping into their years of experience and knowledge without having to go through all the trial and error yourself. Plus, when you're acting like someone you admire, you're sending a signal to your brain that you believe in yourself and your abilities. After all, why would you act like someone you don't admire? So if you want to be more confident, start by acting like the movie star that you love. What do? How do they say things? How do they dress? Start by incorporating some of their mannerisms and behaviors into your own life and watch what happens. You'll be shocked at how much more confident and attractive you become. Next, you should fake it till you make it. This is a phrase that I've heard so many times growing up. Fake it till you make it. And at the time, I didn't really understand what it meant. But over the years, I've come to realize that it's one of the most powerful pieces of advice that you can ever receive. Basically, the idea is that you shouldn't wait until you feel confident before you start acting confident. Instead, you should start acting confident now, and eventually you'll start feeling confident too. It's like when you're nervous about giving a speech, but you go up there anyway and you fake it till you make it. At first you're nervous and you're shaking and you don't feel confident at all. But after a while, once you get into the flow of things and once you start talking, you start to relax and you start to enjoy yourself and you start to feel confident. The same thing applies to everything else in life. When you're around people who are more successful than you or more confident than you, take note of how they carry themselves. Mimic their behavior and act as if you were just as successful and just as confident as they are. Do this long enough and you'll start to feel it too. Don't wait until you feel ready to do something. Just do it. And then when you're in the middle of it, start to relax and enjoy yourself and pretend that you're already successful. Next, you need to be the main character in your life. There's an old saying that goes, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Essentially, this means that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If 5 of your friends are losers, you're going to be the 6th. Now, I'm not saying that to insult you or anything like that. I am just trying to get you to realize that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about it. If you spend the most time with people who are positive and driven and motivated, you're going to be the same way. But if you spend the most time with people who are negative and unmotivated and lazy, you're also going to be the same way. This is why it's so important to be careful about who you surround yourself with. Make sure that the people you spend the most time with are people who inspire you and motivate you to be a better version of yourself. Because remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now, I know this might be hard. Maybe you don't have any friends who are positive and driven and motivated. In that case, you need to find new friends. You need to start going to the gym with different people. You need to start hanging out with different people. Or maybe you don't have any friends, so you need to make some new ones. But either way, you need to be very, very careful about who you spend your time with, because remember, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you want to be confident, start by being the main character in your own story. You are the main character in your own story. Everyone else is just a supporting character. And supporting characters don't get the screen time or the attention or the focus. They just fade away into the background. That's what everyone else is doing in your story. They're fading away into the background, but you're the main character. You get the spotlight. You get to decide how things go. So start by thinking of yourself as the main character in your own story, and then start acting accordingly. Start making decisions that are in the best interest of your character. Start taking actions that will help you achieve your goals and dreams. And watch what happens. You'll be shocked at how much more confident and successful you become. The final thing I want you guys to do if you want to be confident is to understand that other people are just in your book of life. They will fade away. Only you will be the last one standing. Let me explain this. We all have a book. It's called the Book of Life, and it's a book that has every single person we've ever met in our lives in it. Some people will only be in our book for a few minutes. We'll meet them and we'll talk to them for a few minutes, and then we'll never see them again. Those are the people who are just in our book for a short time. Then there are people who will be in our book for a little bit longer. We'll know them for a few years or maybe a few months. They'll be a friend or a classmate or a coworker. But eventually we'll move on and we'll forget about them. Those are the people who are just in our book for a short time. And then there are the people who will be in our book forever. Our family, our closest friends, our romantic partners, our children. These are the people who we will never forget and who will never forget us. These are the people who are in our book for a long time. Now, here's the thing. Most people we meet are only in our book for a short time. They're just there for a few minutes or a few years. But the people who are in our book forever are the ones who really matter. The people who are in our book for a long time are the ones who will make the biggest impact on our lives. And yes, this includes romantic relationships. Yes, this includes friendships. Yes, this includes family members. So when you think about the fact that most people we meet are only in our book for a short time, it should make you realize that we should only invest our time and energy into the people who are in our book for a long time. We should focus on building deep, meaningful relationships with the people who matter most to us. And we should let go of the people who are only there for a short time. You see, when we stop wasting time with people who are only in our book for a short time, we free up our time and our energy to focus on the people who are in our book for a long time. And when we do that, we create a circle of friends and family who are all invested in each other's happiness and success. And that is the key to being confident. When you have a group of people who love you and support you and believe in you, it makes it so much easier to be confident. Why? Because you know that you're not alone. You know that you have people to fall back on if things don't go your way. You know that you have people who will be there for you no matter what. And that gives you the confidence to take risks, to pursue your dreams, to be vulnerable. Because you know that no matter what, you have people who love you and support you and believe in you. So if you want to be more confident, start by understanding that other people are just in your book of life. They will fade away. Only you will be the last one standing. Focus on building deep, meaningful relationships with the people who matter most to you, and let go of the people who are only there for a short time. Now, before we end this video, I want you to do a quick exercise. I want you to write down in the comments below what movie character you would want to be if you could be any movie character. Now, I know this might seem silly, but trust me, it's going to help you a lot. By writing this down, you're essentially identifying the traits and characteristics that you admire in other people. You're identifying the qualities that you want to emulate in your own life. And when you start to see these qualities in yourself, you'll start to feel more confident. Now, if you want to continue to level up in life, I have a challenge for you. Go to the gym right now. Go hit a workout. Go hit a PR. Go show yourself that you're the main character in your story. You're the movie star in your life. Fake it till you make it. Do it now. Winners, go be the main character in your story.